All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and I'm here to bring you guys the high rev perspective.
And my name is Josh, and I'll be bringing the low rev perspective.
All right, today we're gonna be taking a look at the brand new Brunswick Alert, and I'm gonna be comparing that to the Phase 2 and the Brunswick Crown Victory.
And I'll be comparing it to the Rotogrip Rockstar and the Motive Primal Ghost. These videos will give us and you an idea of what these pieces look like going down the lane. At the end, we will give our honest, unbiased review anywhere from nuts to trash. Today we are here at Bolero Mesa on a fresh house shot. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you out on the lanes.
I just wrapped up throwing the brand new Brunswick Alert. Here at Bolero Mesa, it seemed tough to gauge where I wanted it to see the friction. Felt like when I got it there too soon, it seemed pretty slow and early. Also, if I got it in the oil, it seemed like it was quick enough to get off the friction, so I really couldn't tell like where it really was going to see it. But honestly, the controllability-wise, I thought it was pretty good, and I really liked the way it went through the pins. There was a couple where it kind of went through the face and kind of seemed like it was pretty quick, but honestly, it was pretty controllable, and I liked it. So now I'm going to go ahead and compare that to the Phase 2. All right, after seeing the Phase 2, this one's definitely comparable to the Alert. They definitely fit the same spot in the bag. The solid symmetric shape. My Phase 2 definitely has some games on it, and I feel like overall is pretty strong compared to the Alert. I think it has quite a bit more of a rounded, slower shape, and so I had to be a little bit further to the right, trying to use the friction a little bit more to actually get the ball to start up and go through the pins. When I stood in the same spot as the Alert, didn't quite see it as much. Now I'm going to go ahead and compare that to the Brunswick Crown Victory. All right, after seeing the Crown Victory go down the lane, personally I feel like the shape of the ball motion was quite a bit different than the Alert, with it going down the lane quite a bit more. I saw a little bit more of slightly more of a hockey stick type of ball motion than the Alert. Obviously the Alert being a solid, it's not going to see as much down lane friction and not retain as much energy as the Crown Victory. So with the Crown Victory, I need to play a little bit further right, just to make sure it came off the friction. And a few of them, when I got it there too early, it really kind of was pretty sharp and it retained a lot of energy. So went through the face a couple of times on me. It's definitely a compliment to the Alert, and definitely a ball down from the Alert. My final thoughts on the Alert. Even though it didn't strike a ton here, the ones that did strike I feel like were really impressive. Personally, I really liked the ball motion. I liked how controllable it was off the end of the pattern. Felt really confident throwing it. So for me, I'm going to have to give this one a fire. I'd really like to see this one on some tougher stuff to see how it stacks up.
Just wrapped up throwing 10 shots with the new Brunswick Alert. This ball right out of box hooks quite a bit. Not the most hooking ball I've seen, but what really impressed me about this one was just how much I could miss, and it just still kind of essentially felt like it did the same exact thing every time, even though I may not have. Really, my only misses were 10 pins, which is pretty much on me for ball speed, you know, getting a little quick. But even when I did get quick, the ball still tried to hook, which for what's out there right now, balls that I throw later, didn't really want to do that same thing, so this one really for me kind of stood out. So next we're going to go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Rotogrip Rockstar and see how it compares. Just threw 5 shots with the Rockstar. This ball for me felt like it hooked just a little bit earlier. Also felt like it was a hair more forward, just off the end of the pattern. It allowed me to kind of be about 2-3 boards deeper with my feet, but I did have to make sure that I did get it to friction. If I kind of kept it in and up the lane, it hit the wiggle spot and didn't really want to get off of it the way the Alert did. So now we're going to go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Primal Ghost and see how it compares. Just finished up with the Primal Ghost. This ball for me felt like it was about one step down from the Alert. I felt like it got down the lane a lot cleaner, a lot easier than the Alert did. The Alert, I did have to kind of, make sure I had enough oil in the front, where with the Primal, I felt like I could get a zone further right and really play more on top the friction, which for me, I would prefer that. However, the Primal was a little too quick to be, I would call, unreliable, where the Alert I felt like was kind of that sweet spot, being far enough right, but still, far enough left to where I had some oil. Final thoughts on the Brunswick Alert. For me, this ball was just a ball that I love seeing go down the lane. Not necessarily visually, but just the way it rolls, like it just is kind of like a sweet spot in my heart for that type of classic, stronger benchmark type shape. And this one, again, did not disappoint. I felt like I had missed room and really could throw it really anywhere on the lane, and it still had a chance at least getting 9, if not 10. So because of that, I am going to have to give this one a nuts reaction. This was one of the few that I felt like, again, I could just really throw it anywhere on the lane and be okay with. So nuts for today.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys found this video useful, make sure to like it, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.